Hello, everyone. Here we are. Happy Sunday. Let me just put this away real quick. Can you see me? First off, can you even see me? How is the connection? I had a last minute technical issue that almost brought me to tears. Now, I'm in pain, so there's not really a lot that I need to cry at the moment, but my camera wasn't working, so can you see me? Hi, but Danny, how are you doing? How was your weekend? You can see me? Okay, good. I don't understand what was happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Should I put that somewhere else? Come here. Oh, here. No fighting. Yeah? Good boy. Oh, all right. I think it's okay. How are we doing? Hi, Milk. Hi, Noir. Did you have a good weekend? Borky, goedendag. Hello, F. How are you doing? I am seen. Oh my god, I'm so happy. That was that. I mean, um, I wanted to turn stream on at a quarter to what is it, one? But yeah, no camera, no camera, and the only app that wouldn't show me wouldn't allow the camera to work was Twitch. Other apps, nothing wrong. So I don't know what that was. I turned off my phone and I turned it on again, and now it's fine. I don't know. Good weekend, quite productive. Lots of pain, lots of pain. This is a wild episode. Normally, it's the first day is the hardest, and then the second day, the second dose, I'm okay. Um, not so much this episode. I did go to the birthday that I wanted to go to, but it was a challenge. I wasn't really as happy as I wanted to be, so I'll go back real soon and make it up when I'm not in a endometriosis episode, because I don't know. I did my best. I was there. And for the rest, I really wasn't able to do a lot. I basically went down on Thursday, um, because I started getting a headache and I really couldn't afford a migraine. Unfortunately, I still wasn't able to go outside. So for the first time since I started Patreon, I wasn't able to upload the walk because I physically couldn't do it. I contemplated just having an at home episode, but I I did a test. I did a test recording, and I was just in too much pain. It sounded horrible, and I don't want to do that to you. Don't want to do that to anyone. So I we're gonna see this week. It's gonna be a busy week. It's okay, because the days are getting shorter already, which is a blessing. Because this week is gonna be hell. I don't know what the weather is going to do over there where you are, but I have been keeping an eye on it for the last few days, and it's just every day the temperature in the coming week keeps going up and up, and at the moment it says it will be 36 degrees for two days straight, and like around 30, between 30 and 33, I think, starting tomorrow until thir- until no with until Friday then. So yeah, I really hope that this is the last day that I need my hot water bottle. Let me put it like that, because being in pain and needing a hot water bottle when it's above 30 degrees, I don't. Just thinking about it makes me want to cry, because it's just torture. It's not fair. Uh, if only, Dominique, but it's not gonna happen. It's not. I talked about it a little bit yesterday as well, but it's not gonna happen. So I'll have to deal. Um, Normally, I would put my feet. Winston, it's too hot. It's too hot. She's not up for playing today, and I fully agree. Wait a little bit, and then I'll play with you. Winston, hello, I'm talking to you. You. Yes, hi. Hello. Is there someone at home or are you just out for violence today? Which could be. Did you see the flower? I had a flower. Did you see the butterfly this morning when we went on our walk with me and Winston? There was a huge butterfly. At least for me, I never see butterflies that big. You have to, your standard yellow and white butterflies, the small ones, but was so big. So it's working. The flowers are working. I will. I am doing okay. I'm dealing. What about you? Come to the UK for the week after tomorrow. Highest temperature is forecast to be 22. Chemist, I swear. Before I moved to the UK, I went to the UK a few times, and every single time it was either an actual heat wave or weather that was just not normal for the season. So I won't do it to you. The sun knows that I don't like it, so it seems to be adamant on torturing me. I don't know. I take it personally at this point. I do. Hello, our Shake. How are you doing? Why, thank you, Wolf. How was your weekend? Yeah, I mean, it's chronic, Will. Nothing I can do. Wait until it's like time to go into menopause, I guess. Um, I'm just glad that my head isn't hurting as much because it's not away. Um, but it's at least it's not as bad as it was like the last well since Thursday really. Because otherwise I really wouldn't be able to stream. And I know for sure now. There was a while where I thought, that, oh my god, maybe it's the painkillers that are giving me these migraines, which didn't really make a lot of sense because I've I've been taking the same amount during my episodes for years now. So but you know, I'm trying to find a solution to the migraines because to have my uterus hurt is one thing, but also have migraines on top of it. Please, I'm already, you know, literally down because there's moments where I just physically can't unfurl my body, but at least I can try to read or listen to an audiobook or a podcast. If I also have a migraine, I just can't do anything. It's just literally lying it out. So naturally, I was trying to find some kind of reason that these migraines have been escalating, especially in the last year. Even giving vertigo if it's really bad, and I don't step back in time. Um, like I did this week, I felt that I got a headache at Thursday, so I just put myself down in bed because I just I don't want a migraine. No one likes migraines. Um, but then I had the elbow thing happen, right? And I was on painkillers, and I was allowed to use the painkillers I already had for over a full week, and I didn't get a migraine. So it's not the painkillers. It's really an endometriosis related symptom, and I yeah I can't really do anything about it. So I'm afraid I have to give up on finding a reason because I know the reason I have migraines, and it's my uterus. How much fun! Thank you for the follows, Wolf and Shake. Welcome. UK 26 degrees is like yeah, same. Australia 40 same. It's not. If you go to the Mediterranean, I mean it's still hot and it's still for someone like me who likes snow, but it's not the same. It's really not the same. So the coming days, please pray for rain for me. Oh, air is, and it's 36 degrees in here. Oh no. Oh, AR is on. I have a ventilator at the moment, which is okay. I get up really early always, so it's not really a change. But and the first thing I do is open my window because I can't leave it open. I've looked into the thingies that you can install in your window if you open them for so cats can get stuck. Um, but given the fact that Winston is really smart, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'm pretty sure he will find a way to break it, and he'll get stuck, and that's a problem. If I'm asleep and he gets stuck because it's like one of those windows that goes like this. Let's not do that. I don't want to risk it. So I just get up really early, open the window, and close it again once it gets too hot, and then at night, once it's colder outside than it is inside, I open the window again. The rest of the day, it's just suffer. No, normally I put my feet in a bucket of water. I'm not gonna do that while I'm streaming because I'm paranoid. I'm gonna do something bad. So no, I don't dare. Did I visit my gynecologist? Yes, I did, Jake. I went to two, actually. I went for a second opinion, and they both gave me the same answers, and both omitted one of the things that is actually first off needed to make sure that it's just endometriosis and not a tumor also growing in there or cysts. But that surgery would also offer the possibility to laser some of the, if not all, scar tissue away. And both of the gynecologists, the first one and my second opinion, just didn't even mention it. And when I brought it up, they got kind of offended, and the appointment was pretty much over. So I'm not willing currently to look for a third person to possibly do the same. I'm mentally not okay. I have too much to do, and I'll just live like this for a little bit longer, because that experience is not. I won't deal very well with that, having a PTSD. So good morning, Garfield, or good afternoon. It's good. Oh no, it's good afternoon. It's Sunday. I'm forgetting, and I've been up since 5. Oh no. It's the painkillers. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do my best today. Okay, all right. I'm gonna open my notes in a little bit, and we'll talk about the books that we read, or I at least read, and maybe you have read one or both as well, for the book club this month. Hello, Hank. I got portable AC myself, which I can hook up to an old pipe for gas stove. It's quite effective. I have a very old one right over there. Wait, I missed a lot of messages. I'm also looking into just a small one to put on my that you can plug into your computer. I think is that a thing? Does it work? I mean, how do you feel other people's migraines, Hank? That's close your chakras. Vertigo is very debilitating. Yeah, and it's the newest thing. That's the newest symptom that I've gotten this year. Oh, that's actually quite nice. In combination with the migraine, and the first time it happened, I don't want to think. I don't want to think about that. That was wild, quite traumatic, actually. Oh, I've never felt so helpless. So yeah, that's why at the moment I feel a headache come up, I need to shut everything off and stop, because it's not okay. And I can't imagine it's good for your brain, like literally, to have migraines. I feel like it destroys brain cells. But that could be me. I don't know, Shake, who likes summer? I don't know. There's quite a lot of people over here who like it and think I'm weird for... I love winter, truly. If I ever get the chance, I will move up north. ASAP. You're back. I was here when we were talking about weather. Weather? Oh, yeah, that's going to be... Thank you for the hydrate, Shake. I'm afraid that I'm going to talk about the weather quite a lot, which is a thing in the Netherlands. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere, but over here, people just talk about the weather. Mainly because it can be quite wild, especially between the seasons. Look, I've been practicing with lifting. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better. The stretchy part is doing pretty good. I feel like I don't compare, because then it looks awful. And as long as I don't move too quickly, I can almost comfortably touch my face again. Yes. No yoga. I know myself. I agree, Dominique. They don't deserve those jobs. And the wildest part to me was that they both just omitted the surgery. It's weird. I don't want to look into it. I'm probably going to get very depressed. It's going to be hot in Belgium, 36 tomorrow, and in upcoming week we could get the all-time high 40 plus degrees in certain areas. Yeah, Noir, that's exactly what I'm afraid of as well. That is going to happen in the Netherlands, because I've been keeping an eye on it for the last few days, and it just keeps going up and up and up. By the time we're like by the time it's Wednesday, we're just gonna be boiling. I don't know. I don't know. Huh? How did you do that, Nor? I don't see anything there. I will shake. I do. I do. It's going a lot better today. But it's a bit of a balancing act, because sometimes I really am in too much pain and I'm gonna get a headache or a migraine and I have to cancel stream. But canceling stream makes me feel awful. I hate having to do that. So if I can, I will just have a hot water bottle. I would rather sit here for a little bit and at least try, because I punish myself if I can't stream. I know it's no good, but I do. I'm dreading tomorrow. Temperature forecast to be 32. Oh no! I have to go to work office, which is a heat trap. Chemist. I feel like there should be rules about this, because there's certain jobs that when it's too hot, you're just basically. I'm thinking about roofers or something, which is logical, because I I don't think they get paid enough in general, but I feel like there should be rules. If people just can't deal, I don't know. When I talk to someone and they have a headache, I'll suddenly feel it and then be like, "Do you currently have a headache?" Like not quite forehead, right side, and slightly higher than the forehead. And the amount of times they say yes is surprising. Hank, I would try to close your chakras, and maybe your aura is a bit broken. Mine was actually, which sounds insane, but yeah, someone who sees or saw auras. It's a while ago. I don't know. Maybe it changed. They told me that I had holes in my aura, and that was why I was very sensitive to other people's feelings. I'm not sure I fixed it. All winter for me. Yes, yes, Vale. Oh gosh, I'm looking forward to it. Truly, I love winter, Ithrek. I know I don't get any snow, which is why it's so depressing. The weather in the Netherlands is always disappointing to me. In summer, it's disappointing because it's getting too hot, and in winter, it's like we're getting snow, and then we get like three wet snowflakes and panic because the public transportation doesn't know what to do with three snowflakes. So this is why I would love to go to Scandinavia and settle down somewhere in the middle of nowhere, because we don't really get a lot of snow, and even if we do, it doesn't really stay. Winter was hell on earth for me because of the mouse issue. The mouse issue. Dominique, do you know about this? So flexible, basically a gymnast. Yes, I know, Donnie, I know. It's amazing. This elbow is going to be the best elbow in the world. Oh no. Oh no, I miss it so much. And I've been thinking about, and I tried just doing some exercises on the floor and not using my arms, but my favorite exercises, I just need both my hands and arms. So to prevent me just trying to push it a little bit too much and doing damage, I'm just not gonna do yoga for a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. It's probably giving me the motivation to go for it again once I can. Sometimes missing something isn't that bad. It reminds you about why it mattered. Well, hi, Blue. How are you doing? A bucket of ice in front of the fan can help. Oh, yeah, I used to do this. I would freeze just bottles of water and put them in front or behind them because it sucks air. I'm not sure. Either in front of or behind. Do I lift? Not anymore. Not anymore, Bandit. Not after I broke my elbow. 42 today. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. That is too hot for everyone. I don't think that's healthy, Phil. I live in Celsius. Is that what you were asking, Bandit? It's Celsius. When I talk about temperature, I don't understand Fahrenheit. It doesn't make sense to me, at least. Is the humidity high in the Netherlands during summer? Yes, we have very high humidity here, so going outside is like walking into a sauna. Yeah, Blue. Yeah, that's why it's just unbearable. It's just unbearable for someone like me, at least. I don't like it. It's sticky. And there's just nothing you can do about it. I would love to go to Canada one day, Ithrak, if only because I want to see the landscape that Bob Ross was so in love with in the latter part of his life, after he was like a drill sergeant in the army. Did you know that? Right? Wait, was he sergeant, or he was in the army? That much I know. I probably should sit a little bit straight. Please forgive me for my posture today, because I'm being attacked by my own body. Um, oh, the Air Force. He retired from the Air Force in 1981 as a master sergeant. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having been in his what is it, platoon? I don't know what it's called. Can you imagine? Oh, they were. Oh, right, Dominique. So yes, cats will do that. Is it solved? That's no fun. I love mice, but not in the home. That's not good. You could get a cabin in the Swedish forest. I actually follow a woman on YouTube who is renovating one and listen there full time. She gets 3+ feet of snow in winter. Are you talking about Rosie, chemist? But yes, this is actually the ultimate goal. This is why I'm not super actively, but almost daily practicing Swedish. I completed the Duolingo tree, and at the moment it's a bit too depressing, but I try to listen to Swedish television, for example, um, that kind of stuff. But I'm preparing for that, chemist. Hello, Storm. How are you doing? Wait. Usually happens when I'm in an engaged conversation. I used to think it was just empathy, but it can get their emotions too, even if it's not too obvious. I like the superpower. All right, okay. If you're okay with it, then it's fine. But be careful, because it can be very draining. How did I break my elbow? It's not a stupid question, Drake. I had an accident on my bike. I took a corner to the right while looking to the left, and even though I used that road, well, I am avoiding it currently because I am a bit scared of that corner. But I was looking left, but I had to go right. And I took the corner too soon, and there was like a meter of bush left. So my bike, and I was going quite fast as well because I didn't want to be outside. My bike was put into a stop instantly, and I flew off the bike over the bush onto concrete, right on my elbow. Now, luckily, I was covered because I don't like summer and I don't want the sun to touch my skin. So I was saved. The, what do you call it? Wounds. I just broke my elbow. I had a splint for a week, but because the mobility deteriorates real quick, as I now know, because I only had a splint for 1 week. Um, they try to keep the amount of time that you spend in a cast, or just a splint in my case, to a maximum of 3 weeks, if at all possible. And luckily, I only had a splint for a week. So here we are. But it's going to take a few more months to get full strength and mobility back without danger of injury. Um, even if I get the mobility back and I can do yoga again, I will have to be careful for a little bit longer, mainly because I'm on painkillers a lot of the time, and I have learned, thanks to the elbow, that my pain level is wildly high. So I really have to be careful. I may not feel that it goes wrong if I'm not careful. Don't know if it's a silver lining, because the endometriosis also helps, so to say, with dealing with pain, because I have so much of it that, yeah, you get a bit desensitized I don't think I pronounced that right, to pain, which is why I want to be very, very, very careful. Fahrenheit is a stupid invention. I mean, it's not a stupid invention. It's just I feel like it wasn't really thought out because, as Hank says, Celsius makes sense. Below 0 water freezes. Above 100 water boils. Fahrenheit be like, what? Right? I agree. What is that? So I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, you knew it, Storm? You know Rosie. I have been following her since the very beginning, since even before she had the cabin. I found her when she was looking for the cabin that she's now. That's so much fun. Yes, she's Dutch. Did you know she's Dutch? I love her. She's amazing, and her the details that she's putting into her work. Oh man, I love her so much. She's a great inspiration because she also I feel I'm not entirely sure, but I don't have a driver's license. I would be a danger on the road because I'm just scared, and that's not a good state to be in traffic. So I don't have a driver's license, and I think Rosie doesn't have one either. I know she does everything on bike, but I think she actually doesn't have a driver's license. I'm not entirely sure, but she does everything on bike, which to me, not having a driver's license and relying on either public transport, but most days on my bike, that's really motivating because she does it. Who's to say that I can't do it as well? So someday I will move to Sweden, and, have a little bit of land and renovate a little cottage. So I won't have to fight for my wildflowers anymore because, listen, I won the fight with the wildflowers. If you don't know, ever since I moved in here, I've been trying to get my immediate area to be filled with a lot of flowers, native ones, naturally. But there's this patch that a mower man kept mowing, and that upset me a lot. And this year I kind of gave up on it, and then they stopped mowing it. But last week, where was I coming from? I think I just gotten back from groceries or something, and I could hear him coming in the distance. I was like, nah, hell nah, hell nah. So I sat outside and I was pretending that I was listening to music and just sitting outside on my phone. And then he came here. And I pretended like, oh no, sir, I want to speak to you. Stop! Do not pass! You shall not pass! I will make sure that you don't pass. Now, he wasn't going to because apparently the stuff that has now been grown here, he literally can't with the machine that he has. But I kind of had to sacrifice my being comfortable because he kind of harassed me. He made some comments that he really shouldn't have made, but I was like, as long as you don't touch my flowers, I'm okay. I'm okay. You can say whatever you want. I was but leave my flowers alone. Guess what? Next day, I get a message from my neighbor. That was Thursday. I was already out with a headache, and apparently they're gonna do something with internet cables, and they're gonna dig around my house. So they're gonna dig up God knows how much of the flowers anyway. What? And I can't do anything about that. There's really nothing I can do about that. So I survived the first people that were coming to mow down this little hedge. And then I was able to well, it wasn't absolutely necessary anymore, but I was able to make clear to that sir, at least, that this piece of the place where I live is really important to me, and the diversity is paying off because I have never seen so many bees and butterflies, and the big butterfly this morning, and I saw a few others that I have are just not the standard issue, you know, aside from the white and the yellow. Just the really pretty butterflies are finally coming here. Please don't cut the freaking flowers. I've been working on them for years now, and now they're gonna just dig up. They're gonna dig up I don't know what, and I can't stop that because they're gonna have to do that no matter what. So I'm a bit a bit sad about that. I have figured it out in my mind already, though. I think, I think I'm going to just get myself a lot of new seeds, and once they're done, just plant a whole amount of pretty flowers, and then just, kind of hope that next year it will be better because of it. But I don't know, man. Why? Why must you kill my flowers? Oh no, I missed it. Bye, Shake. Thank you so much for dropping by. Hope to see you soon. Ugh. Just woke up. I'm so frazzled. Oh no, Storm, have you had coffee? I don't know what that is about, but if it was necessary, I'll hear it. Watched a video years ago. It said Bob Ross served 20 years in the Air Force, and that random effect stuck with me. He hated it. Bob Ross actually was in the Air Force, and he talks about it in a few episodes, I think, and he was forced to yell at people, and he hated it. And if I remember correctly, he actually started painting while he was still in the Air Force. Was he mean or flirty? No, Storm. He said that I had a nice shape, and he would love to see it naked, and he was very serious. I don't, and that was kind of the first thing he said. So I laughed. I was like, "We're not gonna do that, sir," because he was old enough to be my grandpa, and I mean, I feel like he did have a bit of a learning disability. I feel like he probably wasn't the smartest, but that doesn't excuse the things that he said. It was wild. But all I cared for were the flowers. I really had to make sure that he understood that this doesn't need to be mowed. It's taken care of. I am actually physically taking care of it. Please leave me alone. I wish it was just mean. That would have been better. Hello, Transformer. When will you make a boyfriend or best friend application journey? A best friend application tourney? Tourney? What is a tourney? See, it's getting better and better. I'm trying. Oh, I'm sorry, Storm. Tea? With sugar? It's so hot though. It's so hot. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not. The worst part, honestly, was that not only did he say that he would love to see me naked several times, in different variations, but he then went on to compare me to no to say that I really looked like his niece. Let that sink in for a second. So he was actually really I'm not gonna repeat some of the things he said, but it was it's been some time since someone spoke to me that way. But to have all the just imagine the wildest thing. Imagine I'm sweating my ass off. Imagine the wildest thing that some old dude could say to a young lady, and then imagine that he thinks that I look like his niece. I'm kind of worried about the niece. Because he started with, I want to see you naked. I don't know. Sir? Call the police, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think the fan isn't enough, and the hot water bottle. I'm sorry. I'm so happy that you can't smell what I smell like, because I musk. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that he now knows where I live, but I think I could take him. Hank just gifted us up to the police. Whoop whoop. That is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's hilarious. Yeah, okay. I'll add them the next time the guy comes back because I'm pretty sure that he will come back with or without the mower. So I'll keep you up to date. Should I say his name? Nah, nah. I mean, he said a few things that really are uncalled for. I'm a bit worried about his knees, but it's not. It's not. If he shows up without the mower, I will tell you his name. All right? Because he did give me a lot of details. I bet I could find him. This is, I mean, it's the Netherlands. This country is tiny, so the police. Whoop whoop. Didn't even know. I mean, why not? All right. Who? Oh, there's still ads in progress. Oh, okay. Well, are they gone? Um, who read the books for this month? I did. And one of them was so confusing that I really, really didn't remember. I really didn't remember the book. When I tried to tell people what books we read for book club this month, I would be like Educated by Tara Westover and just nothing. It removed itself from my brain. Thank you for the follow, Moody Artie. Hello, welcome. How are you doing today? This is one of the books that we read, and I read this one second. And the first one I read was Angela's Ashes. Oh no, can you even read it? Or is it mirrored? I'm not sure. Why am I suddenly confused about that? Someone informed the Nine Eyes. What is the Nine Eyes storm? That sounds scary. What is that? Oh no, please. I don't want to Google. I'm scared. I don't want to Google at all anyway. Can someone please help me turn off the AI search results? Because I tried several times. Now my patience hasn't been what it could be, what it is in winter. But also I just can't figure it out. I thought I turned it off and it's on again. Does it do that on its own? I don't want Google to give me AI generated information. I would be using AI if I wanted to use AI. I just want to Google things. I did that though, Budani. I toggled it off several times, both on my phone and on Mac, and it just keeps doing it. I'm gonna try again. I hate it every time. I feel like my face is melting off, and it's not even the worst. I feel like it's trolling me. Maybe because I've been so vocal about it. Every time I have to Google something and the AI pops up, I'm like, F you, go away, leave me alone. I don't like you. I don't want to be friends. Google do that when they make an update. They seem to reset your settings. I think it's time to move on to DuckDuckGo. If only because I like the name. But I don't agree with this. I really don't. I really don't agree with this. Quite upset. Where did I leave my notes? What is that? Oh my god. What is that? Hold on. Winnie is part of the Nine Eyes? Yes, I'm pretty sure he is. Oh, poor Winnie. Poor Winnie. I don't know where he is. Hi, Zeus. Oh, did you hear that? She saw me looking at her. She's, hello. Are you okay? So I don't know if you remember, but last week, she wasn't feeling too well. So I realized that the heat, if it's if it stays on too long, she's getting too old for that shit. But it's also, she stays in the sun. She likes to lie in the sun, but she has a partly black coat, so so I have to physically get her away from the window and put her on the cooling mat, because also she won't lie on the cooling mat. I have these mats that on contact they release cold, it's like a gel or something, and she just won't lie on it. It makes no sense. Cats will lie on everything that's square except those stupid mats. Neither of them, because Winston doesn't want it either. I'll put it somewhere where she's lying often, and then she'll just never go there again. Freaking cats, man. I was about to recommend DuckDuckGo. I'm upset at Google. They rank a scam using the name of my software high, refuse to remove the listing, and refuse to rank our official site. Oh, no! Seriously? Okay, well then. Did anyone hear about what's happening with Spotify? I'm not sure I want to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm afraid that I'm oh, how long have I ever had a Spotify Premium? Over 10 years. I've had a Spotify Premium for over 10 years. But hi Shake. I'm sorry I missed your goodbye just now, but I don't know. It's Sunday. On Sunday it's a bit of a we'll see. We'll just see. But if you look at the schedule here on Twitch, you can see for the rest of the week, because we do focus streams, co-working streams on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am already losing brain power. Like sweat everywhere. I have to drink more. So I don't know. I'm going to talk a little bit about the books. I do have a few things to say. And then I'll talk a little bit about the books that we'll be reading for July. And that's it. Cherry will be streaming for 12 hours a day. Ooh, my God. I am so impressed by people who do that. I don't think I would survive. And I'm pretty sure that, accidentally unaliving yourself is against rules, the Twitch rules, what they're called. Okay, maybe I'll be here. Otherwise, hope to see you soon, Jake. What are Spotify doing? So, I mean, apparently he's been doing it for a while. I wasn't aware of this, and this is why I'm afraid I do have to start following a little bit more of the news. I'm working on it. But the CEO just invested 600 million euros, or about $1 billion into an army AI company. I hope I said that right. Now, Spotify already isn't great for the artists, right? Could be better. And if there's enough money to put that much of the profits into army AI, yeah, I don't want to pay for that personally. So I'm looking into Tidal, and yeah, I can't do that. God damn. Hello, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I hope you're okay. Oh no, Hank, what are you saying? Wait until you hear that the Steam CEO funds brain chip implants. So the thing is, whether you believe in manifestation or not, there is something to it. Now, I'm not going to get too flowery with it, but let me put it like this. If what you put your attention to is what will grow. So, if you want peace, you should invest in things that promote peace. If you want war, you invest in weapons and army stuff. Now, the places where a lot of money is going at the moment is not something I agree with, because I want peace. I want everyone to be safe, and I want children to grow up in a better world. You know, isn't that the point? To leave this place behind a little bit better than we found it. And I personally really think that if you... Oh, is that for... Oh, no! Well, Storm, where do I go? Where do I go? Because I am so dependent on Spotify. And YouTube is Google. So... what am I supposed to do? Oh no! Listen, help me out. Help me out. What am I supposed to do? I mean, I would rather give my money to Beyonce. I don't know about Jay-Z, but truly, but you know, I don't mind Beyonce much. As far as I know, she's not investing in army things. I doubt my words as they're coming out of my mouth, but I'm getting nauseous. Oh no. Anyway, I feel like if you want peace, investing in army stuff is not going to bring you any peace. If you want peace, you should invest in things that bring you peace, that promote peace. Just make your own. I am thinking immediately of LimeWire. If you know, you know. That is what is, but that would be such a hassle. It's the playlists, you know. I am so dependent on mood playlists, and I am not good at making them myself. LimeWire would speak at times, right? With any, I kind of miss it, but not that much that I want to be spending hours looking for music again. Oh, this sucks. Why does the world suck so much? Hank, are you calling me out? Thank you so much for the gifts up to You're a Pirate. How are you doing that? What is happening? I love it. Don't stop. I mean, you don't have to keep giving gifts ups, but like, where are you finding these people? For me, the scary one is that I know there are image generation AI models that instead of text input use brain scan input. What? Right now, that's needing a massive brain scan machine like they have in hospitals, but imagine your privacy when that brain interface is commonplace. It's a fear of mine, but I don't think about it often. Well, I will be thinking about it a lot now. Manifestation. Yo, whoever has that username, that's kind of great. They won, almost. I bet there's better out there. Thank you so much for the gift sub, thank. How do you do that? I don't even know how that works. Can you choose? Really? Oh, I thought people are supposed to be in chat. Are these people in chat? Because then I'm scared. A little bit. Just a little bit. You'd be surprised what names are possible to give. I mean, yeah. Surprised? Maybe not surprised, but shocked. Probably. People are weird. All right. Let's start with this one, because this one, Angela's Ashes, it was, if I remember correctly, submitted by... Oh, no, I clicked the wrong button. Sancho. This one. Sancho Bermuda. Oh, God. Oh, Blue, are you still here? One of your books was pulled. Did you know? Last of the Breed. Hello? Oh no, it's too hot for Mac. I mean, yeah. Sancho Bermuda. I haven't seen them for a bit. I wish they were here. because I wonder why this one was submitted, whether it was a love or a hate submission. Um, Not that I either love or hate this book. I I don't know how to explain this. Basically, this is about Frank McCourt himself. He wrote a trilogy. Actually, there's two more books about his life, and I'm assuming that the second book is his 20s to maybe 40s, or 20s to 30s, and then another decade. I think actually he's doing a decade for every book. I don't know. I didn't read them. Um, so you follow him basically from the moment he has proper thoughts to when he's 19 in this book, and he grows up during the Great Depression. He's born in Brooklyn, but then moves to Ireland with his parents because that's where his parents came from, and it's not really going very well, I guess, in America at that time during the Great Depression, but also in Ireland, it's not much better. And it's sad. It's people living on well below the breadline, and um, there's, children dying, and people are very sad, and how do I say, just Irish sad childhood, you know. Let me pull up my notes where to leave them. I made them. I checked them this morning. So no, they're not going to be gone. Here they are. Okay. Let me see how I'm going to do it. I think I'll do it like this. You become smaller. Okay. I think I only suggested Julie Blanche's Bounce by James Lee Burke. Really? Are you sure? I feel like I had her name a few times. Some people make the accounts and delete them to pull this off. I personally give real accounts. Are you kidding? That's mean. That's so mean. Thank you for the gift subs, though. That's really lovely. I'll give subs work is that you can give to anyone. They don't have to be in chat. Oh, and then they can have any name, no matter how random it is. That I didn't know that. I thought people had to be in chat if you wanted to give to someone personally. But I mean, I'm a noob and very overheated. God dang it! Oh, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to find something to put my feet in something cold, because I'm not okay. Speaking of people that are missing, I haven't seen Code in here for a while. Come to think of it, Code is doing his own thing. Storm. I have a full Twitch username. Search for it. What do you mean? Isn't Hank your username? I was very lucky with my username. Apparently, I didn't realize, but I don't know. I wanted a food. Cherry pies it was. Thank you for the hydrate. I do. This week, I should drink, and you should too, at least a liter during stream, right? At least, preferably of water, especially if it's going to be hot wherever you are as well. Let's try to drink a lot of water and prevent our brains from suffering too much. Oh, I see, Hank. I see. Okay. Let me pull up the notes. Oh, I was not quite awake when I started on this. All right. Whoa, one thing. Hello, Ice. How are you doing? That's a hell of a comeback. It's been a long time. How are you? And you're right. You're absolutely right. Do you know what used to be in Coca-Cola? Good old days. Good old days. Okay, first thing I want to mention though is like they go back to Ireland, right? And the mother of Angela, which is who is the mother of the author Frank McCord. Um, she helps her daughter out by paying 2 weeks rent for an apartment, and it's 20 shillings. No, 10 shillings, right? Hold on. Yeah, 10 shillings. So I looked it up. £1 is 20 shillings. £1 around 1935 is just the because I'm not entirely sure. I could have looked it up as well. I could have gone very specific, but just to give you an idea of how much that was, 2 weeks rent for an apartment was £45. £90 for a month for an apartment. What happened? What happened with rent prices? Isn't that ridiculous? This is honestly one of the funnest things that I can do with reading a book that is from, the good old days. I love to look up the money conversions and just be outraged. That was the first note I made. I was so upset. The police didn't exist. Oh, Hank, if only. But it then showed the police whoop whoop. I wonder if Twitch stops you from using certain names still. Like the police, which... How boring. Party poopers. Rent prices boomed to insane amounts over the last 30 years. Before that, it was pretty static and slow growing, at least in the UK. I feel like it's like worldwide though, because over here, it's become like the weather. People talk about the rent prices. How? Ooh, see? No, you can't see. I can't show you either because I'll dox myself. There's so many different butterflies. Like blue ones and brown ones, and I don't know what you are. I feel an obsession coming up with butterflies. I think I need a book with pretty illustrations. Yep. 90 a month? Yes. That actually sounds high. My mom says 50 years ago a week's worth of shopping for two people cost yeah, well, I feel like that would be about right. Well, we can look it up. Hold on. That's cheap. If I find such cheap rent in my city, I will be happy. You can't even rent a parking spot. I'm not talking garage, parking spot for that money. What? You couldn't even rent a spot for your bike for that money. Pretty sure. Did I close that? Do you need water? Oh, hold on. Yeah, if you shop responsibly, £2 in 1975 would be £21.44 today. About. If you shop responsibly, that would have been possible back then because also the stuff you bought was way cheaper, way cheaper. So that makes sense. I once showed Dutch housing prices on a Discord call and made foreigners guess them. When I showed a Dutch villa, they found a full-on castle for the same price in another country. Yeah, I mean this is a tiny, tiny country, so I guess the land is more valuable. And to an extent it makes sense, but there's a point where it stops making sense. Do you need water? Do we need to have a little break? That's unfortunate timing because we did just have ads. So this is Toulouse. I don't know if you can see her. She's my little lady, and she isn't able to drink water very well on her own, so I have to help her with a little syringe. And I feel like she's coming here to ask for water. I also need to brush her still today. Do you need water? Do we need a little break and a stretch? Netherlands is pretty heavily populated. It makes it expensive. Yeah, but there's like a limit where it stops making sense. You know. But it's a worldwide issue. It's not just the Netherlands, and it's everywhere. Greed has just gotten out of control. So it's not just here, but it does make it interesting to look at these kinds of 10 shillings for 2 weeks rent. You can't even buy anything. Yes, yes, you need water. Okay, she doesn't stay like this if she doesn't want something. So I'm gonna um I don't want to run that ad. How much time would I save if I run ads while I take a quick 10-minute break? Does it reset? You would think that I know things by now, but I don't. Um, you tell me. Do it. Yeah, it means you don't get spammed when you get back. Okay. Well. Hi, Brandon. Oh no. I need to. My arm is okay, Brandon. I'm no longer in a cast, and I'm getting my mobility back. I just have to be slow and careful. But it's very unfortunate timing because I do need to give to lose water. So I'll be right back. I'll run the ads. Just know that I really don't want to. Okay. I hate myself for doing it, but yeah, it's better so we can just chat for a little bit longer without being harassed by ads. So I'll be right back. I'll try to keep it short and below 10 minutes. But I'll be right back. Thank you for the hydrate, Brandon. I'll fill my water bottle. Go have a stretch as well. Get a glass of water if you haven't had water today. Just one glass, all right? If you don't drink water regularly, try to drink a glass of water for me, please. I'll give Toulouse some water. We blame Bezos for the ads, not you. Okay, well, still, I wish I could do something, but I don't think he'll listen to me. Yeah? Okay. Be good. I see you. I'll be right back. I'm such an idiot. Sorry, yeah, I know. I had to give myself a little bit of a scold. I didn't do that. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so this week is gonna be so interesting. I think I'm gonna lose my mind if I'm already not dealing. Mind, we've had a lot of heat um, already, and I'm just not. I'm not okay. My uterus is rioting. My system is full of painkillers. Ah, and I had my brain fried by a near migraine, so it's going splendid. It's just peachy. Will you do a walk with you soon? Um, that's so funny, Brandon. Did you know that it was only when Gnarly said that walk with you, because for you it's walk with you. I say walk with me, but for you it's walk with you. That sounds like gibberish, but um, I'm gonna. I want to do it this week. For the first time, I missed a deadline, and I hate it. I hate that I missed it. But honestly, I wasn't able to walk at all, let alone go for an actual walk and talk and make sense. So I had to postpone it for last month, but it is still coming. Don't worry. Um, Yeah, it did bother me quite a lot because I kept hearing in my brain, why don't you do it sooner? Why do you wait to because I want to do it on the Thursday and then I upload it on the Friday. Um, and the reason that I don't do it a week ahead, so I have another week, is because I want it to be as current as possible. So when I talk about life events, it's not um, like date it. You know what I mean? Because if it's just I don't know, like Morbid, the true crime podcast that I love, it doesn't really matter if you work ahead. But this is also I don't know about my life and stuff. So if I work ahead of that with that, I don't think I like that. So, but it's coming. You meant literal, Brandon? I'm afraid I don't do that. Winston, was that Winston? I go on walks with myself and talk to myself because that makes me feel sane. Yes, it was Winston. Can you leave her alone? Hmm. Okay. Um, but yeah, that was my most important note. The rent. Back when this Frank McCourt person was Walk with Me. Well, the actual name is Walk with Me, Brendan. Are you not talking about the same thing? I'm talking about Patreon. But the Walk with Me. Um, it was a generally. It's basically it's about this person's life, but basically what it comes down to, it gives you a peek into what it was like to be poor and Irish and all that, religious and stuff. And I know that it seems like I have a lot, and I did have a lot of notes and thoughts, but most of them were just random and not really to make a video about or something or tell you about. But like just random thoughts like wow, I remember in school people teachers would like throw the dust thing or uh, the wipers to children that weren't paying attention, and that was already quite wild. But it wasn't too long ago that teachers were allowed to just beat the crap out of you, and then you would go home and your parents would just assume that you probably deserved it. That's wild, isn't it? Winston, oh no, Winston is going insane. Didn't bring a water bottle. He's frustrated that Toulouse hasn't been feeling like playing at all. Winnie, can you not? Hey, come show your face here. Come be annoying here. Attack me, not your sister. You did mean Patreon? Well, there you go. uh, ooh, this quote was interesting. What's the use of getting married when you can sit in cinemas and do dirty things with girls from lanes who don't care what they do because they already did it with their brothers? Excuse you? What was happening? What? What? What do you mean? My thought is, are you sure that they were okay with it? What? What? And the casual racism in between, like, he looks like an ordinary Catholic, and you'd never imagine a Protestant would be shoveling grime. What do you mean? So I did have lots of moments where, like, what? Oh, because the general feeling I got was that, and that is what is, for me, makes literature so interesting. If you go back in time and don't just read contemporary stuff, it shows you that even though it seems like a lot has changed, really nothing has changed. So that's kind of what I jotted down in my conclusion as well. Um, like the interactions between children and between parents and children and children and people in authority, it really hasn't changed that much. And also the mindset of the adults, I feel like it really hasn't changed that much, which is a bit worrying, isn't it? Because 100 years ago, we were going into a very bad direction. I'm afraid that we're going into the exact same direction. Um, but then again, there's a point where they're listening to the radio, and everyone is feeling so sad for, and I'm saying it in the tone of voice of this Frank. Everyone is so sad about the bombs falling on England during the Blitz, for example. But look at what they did to us for 800 years, and they're talking about what the English did to the Irish. And honestly, what are we doing, people? Are we really civilized? I do feel like we are. I don't know. Oh, wait, and this is the last thing. Uh, Religion is a big part as well, of course, because I mean, Ireland and 100 years ago, and he has discovered himself at some point, naturally, as boys and girls do at some point in time, and he wants to confess, but he is afraid to, and then the pastor asks him if he has sinned with himself or some type of class of beast. And Frank himself says, why are you giving me ideas? What is happening? So in between a lot of pain and misery and boring, because honestly it's kind of predictable, and I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just a slice of life literature, but it's actually based on his life with some romanticization, I'm guessing, and he probably upped a few things and made some things a bit more dramatic, but then there's just sentences in there that are so wild. Pastor, what are you saying? Behave. So yeah, I don't know. It didn't stick with me enough, though. There weren't enough moments like that. I don't feel like he made a lot of character growth. Now, he is a preteen, young teen in most of the book, but also the book ends at 19, and I personally feel like he was still very stuck in the. As a kid, you're supposed to be a bit egotistical because you have a lot to learn. You just don't understand quite well that what empathy is, even though I do feel like it's inherent. But you have to. There's just things you have to learn as a kid, and kids need to be selfish for survival, a little bit, to put it bluntly, and keep it concise. But I felt like he hang on to a part of the childish selfishness a little bit too long. I feel like it doesn't end with me thinking he's going to be a great adult. I don't know. When initially, when oh, okay. When I finished it, I felt like I'm not going to read the rest because what's the point? And also, it just ended a bit. I felt like a bit stupid, but that's me. The next book, I don't know the last book, but the next book is called Tis, as in like the apostrophe and then TIS. It is Tis, and that's the title of the second book, which is also like in a separate chapter, the last word of the entire book, and I just felt like okay. But now some time has passed. I do wonder if he if he developed some character. So who knows? I might actually finish the rest of the series. That would be wild. But I wish I knew why this person submitted it, because I wonder what they took away from it. I experienced this as a slice of life of a very poor boy in Ireland during the Depression, and the title I assume is referencing himself, like Angela's ashes. He is what has come out of the ashes of Angela's misery, because the poor mother, honestly, the poor mother, she doesn't actually play that big a part in the story on paper, but I feel for her. The men in her life, also she made a few poor decisions, but at the same time the men in her life are absolutely horrible, and that's why he probably feels a bit like shit. Because he I mean, I'm hoping that later in life he learned some lessons and he realized that taking on the some of the characteristics of his father is probably not desirable. But I won't know until I read more, and I don't feel like doing that right now. People hold on to the known evil from the past. That same evil uses itself as an excuse as to why they should go with the new version. And then they dismiss the people pointing it out as extreme. That part is sad. That part is a sad cycle, but with the internet we can at least have a bigger chance at mass wake up. Yeah. It looks very dire at the moment, but I feel like maybe as the internet will be our savior after all. Even though the internet is a place of a lot of pain as well, we have the ability to see things unfold in real time, separate from media outlets that are probably paid for by people who have a lot of influence and have something to be gained, something to gain from keeping certain elements of the news back, or extrapolating things that are not as bad as they seem. So we do have options to use our own brains and think critically a lot more than people 100 years ago, but I feel like we're walking on the edge of a knife as a society. I see what this book is about. The pastor's more like him. The religious part is really weird of this book, which is why it was kind of interesting that we pulled these two together, because Educated by Tara Westover is about a woman who grows up, well, a girl who is Mormon, and she is not allowed to go to school by her father, who is I mean, they say they're Mormon, but I had a hard time finding actual Mormonism in this book. It was more about her childhood, and it was violent. It was actually really, really violent. Uh, and it turns out that her father has a mental illness. I think it was. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but he seems to have mental illness, and that isn't helping with the religious part. And he really uses religion against his daughter mostly. So this was a hard read, but it did come into my life at a very interesting. I had a bit of a hard time getting through it, and then I didn't read it for a few days, and in those few days I broke my elbow. So, and after that I came into the part where she almost loses her mind, and that was very interesting for me because with the falling on my elbow, I kind of shook loose some memories from my past, from my own past that I had I had forgotten a little bit. And if I did talk about them, I would laugh and kind of, zone out. So the timing of this was very interesting. Hold on. I'm going to say Kim's, if that's okay. I hope you're still here. Hello. Thank you so much for the follow. I missed it completely. I'm so sorry. Welcome. Hello, Maximum Hot Sauce. Hi, Jerry. Have you ever seen the clip of Fred McCourt being accosted on an Irish talk show by an audience member? No. He essentially had a stalker who was in the audience who was accusing him of spreading lies throughout Angela's ashes. Oh, do spill the tea, please. Let me know. What? Where can I find this? Oh, oh. So, I my instinct believes this stalker. Oh no, I might have to read the rest now. Hi, Jungus. Exacerbating. Was that the right word? I'm not sure. Sometimes my head gives me English words and I don't know what the Dutch word would be, but it seems to fit. I think of it this way. The evil people did for everything to be in as many positions of power as possible. They corrupted the system because they sought power, but they are vastly outnumbered by the good people. Once one of them finds a solution to the imbalance, the world changes. I have faith that someone emerges, and if you believe in manifestation, give it some thought. I mean, I do too. As long as I stay kind and treat everyone with love, even if they don't deserve it, doesn't mean they can walk all over you. There's a difference. But the point would be that in your heart you don't carry hate for them, even if you have to remove people from your life physically. I believe in unconditional love, so don't worry. I just worry about the people who live in echo chambers, and have lost the ability to ask questions. I worry about those people. It can't be easy to live like that either. Oh, you could do. Oh, I'll make it a note. No, I turned off links because I'm scared. I'll hold on. I'll make a note. Oh, jeez. I hate the last hour, that last hour of the painkillers, because then it's not working very well. Hold on, what? Extrapolation, so you think about it or make a guess about what might happen based on already. As far as I understood, extrapolation is using the information that you have and increasing it as well, right? But I was looking for exacerbating. He's demented. See, And I was so careful. When I closed the book, I was like, I don't know if I like this person, but you know, I don't have all the information. So I did feel like that. So it was probably deserved. Oh no, Gary Hannon. I missed that part. Let me um, add that. Okay. Hannon wrote a book called "Tis in Me Ass." Wait. Oh gosh. Hold on. I can't forget. I need to talk about this because I'm afraid that I'm at, approaching the end of my stamina of today. Where is everything today? Well, okay, then I'll open it here. This is the simple but honest story of life from the late 19 it was the 50s. Okay. To the early 1980s for one working class Limerick family who are direct descendants of the people who lived in the post war lanes of Limerick. What became of the people who didn't run off to America but instead stayed at home to help build a city? Some say that America is a great country all the same. There can only be one answer to that for all who stayed at home. That answer is best put in the language of the lanes. America great, tis in me us. Well, that's yes, because he goes to America. He leaves off this book at the point where he leaves for America. Okay. That's powerful, actually. Remember the headache thing? Sometimes I feel the pain of them as to why they lash out. I don't reflect. I'll feel bad after, but it heals quick. When I then talk to the person the day after, they feel better than they felt in a long time, to which I think you're welcome. As by that point, I healed that pain for them, removes it from the world, and to me, that kind of lash out is a please take this pain, I can take it, not actual hate towards me. It's, it's, I wish they taught in schools that it's rarely about you. When people are being mean, even if they literally say your name and look you straight in the face and tell you that that you're disgusting and then they hate you and whatever, it's probably projection, or something happened, or something didn't happen. It's rarely about you. I wish more people knew that, but yeah. You seem like a good person, Hank. Keep going. Basically, from me understanding, a sharp place to make educated guesses about a topic based on the information you have to go by. I might be wrong. I remember. I think. Well, let's figure it out, Chungus. I thought that I learned in math to you have information and then you kind of extrapolation in my head. The image I get is of like is the graph. Oh no! Now I'm losing all my words. You have information like a few points that are steadily like growing, not flat, because then if you extrapolate it would stay flat, but the extrapolation would go like up a little bit in accordance with the information that you already have. So based on things keep doubling, for example, that you do that into the future. I am so bad at explaining things. Oh, here. The Oxford Learner's Dictionary defines extrapolate as to estimate something or form an opinion about something using the facts that you have now and that are relevant to one situation and supposing that they will also be true in another situation. We're both right if we combined it. That's what extrapolation is. So, you know, you're welcome. And thank you, Jogas. And hence, the whole problem with McCourt seems to be that Limerick wasn't as miserable as portrayed in the book, but honestly, it's difficult to figure out what his point is. He had a bit of a meltdown on that talk show, and it wasn't very coherent. Maybe he was has a role in this book. Um, and he didn't like it. Could be. I'm fascinated now, though. It's usually a reflection, but the way that I will shoot to tell is by being true to yourself and well-intentioned, in tune with the vibe you spread, so to speak. If people give a disproportionate reaction, that's when I go healer mode, because I know what's up, and thank you. I try to be as good as I can. If we need more people like that, yeah, but just be forgiving and remind yourself that, like, just like worrying about what you look like, you know. Most people are so worried about themselves and how they come across and whether they're wearing the right clothes and if people don't hate them so much that they really are not thinking the same things about you. They're just thinking about themselves. Most people. Which is why some people think that the sun revolves around them, but, you know, I think the meaning of the word may differ a bit depending on the context. Perhaps, like, mathematically it may mean one thing and linguistically it may hold a slightly different meaning. Could be, yeah. I mean, words do change in meaning in context sometimes, especially in English. Let me see. Would I recommend the Angela's Ashes? Nah. Not really. I don't know who I would recommend it to. Works wonders in relationships. Yeah, it's my last relationship. We always went with we love each other, let's fix it mindset rather than intention. Oh man, the amount of people that go into attack mode is astounding. What do you think, Hank? It's I don't know. I mean, I can find some understanding, but also I can't. Hello, Asta. How are you feeling? How was your week? English is a funky language. Yes, French has a bad rep, but English? I mean, I love it, but also there's some weird things in there. Uh, These Ashes as good as the Pele book. I love that Pele has become like a benchmark for for less entertaining books. I'm not saying they're bad, but like no, Pele is just I. Oh my god! I would sooner recommend this. I don't. Unless the person is a football fan, I'm not gonna recommend Pele to anyone. Pele is the Atlas Shrugged of this year, because if I oh man, what would I recommend? I hated Atlas Shrugged, viscerally, just actually angry, and I will never get over it. I will never get over that book. Pele, I will. So no, Atlas Shrugged was worse, I guess. Atlas Shrugged, Pele. I wouldn't put this book in that row, but you know, no, I don't know. For me, it's unthinkable except when someone mistakes a stress lash out as something to counter with equal force. People take things personally a lot, and isn't there a book fairly recently released called The Let Them Theory? I kind of want to read it. Who has anyone read it? Is it worth it? I always get lucky 2 minutes and hit with the ads. I have the worst timing. Oh no! That's my fault. It's my fault. I couldn't snooze them anymore. I probably should have left. Are they over? Yes, they are. Book written by Linus Torvald. It's called Just for Fun, the story of an accidental revolution. It's Twitch still doesn't dare give me ads. Well, you've been generous, Hank. You don't deserve any. No one deserves ads, but least of all you today, Hank. Huh? That's so weird. Okay, well, good. Less money for Bezos because I get like what 2% of a cent for ads. I got accepted for therapy. Guess when I can start? 3 months. I'm guessing 3 months from now. Twitch thinks my video player is Russian. Ah! Oh no, I need to fix that plant. I still haven't fixed it. Don't yell at me. It's currently held upright by a ribbon. I'm so sorry. But that's a way to go, Hank. Do you get if you do get ads? Do you get Russian ads? Oh, Linus is the inventor of the Linus. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Hold on. Wait. Where's Goodreads? Why do I lose Goodreads? Here it is. Oh, I don't like using that arm. After all, I thought it was better because I didn't take the sling with me when I went to the birthday yesterday, but I was just sitting. I was just sitting. It has a 3.96 on Goodreads, 4.7K ratings. Oh, that's bad because it's been out for 24 years. But it's bad? It's bad? Why is it bad? I want to read Let Them Theory too. I quite like Mel Robbins. I'm not sure if I've read anything by them before, Chemist. What did they write as well? The earliest October, but it can also be November. The waiting lists are just ridiculous. I don't get it. If I get ads, it's an English ad server accent. I prefer gifting subs over subscriptions, so it works well. Well, thank you, Hank. You've been very, very generous, both in gift subs and information. I really appreciate that. Book is interesting for some tech nerds, but my god, it's written with the same analytical approach as Linus wrote Linux. It sucks to read. I mean, is it worse than play-by-plays of a football game that was, what, 50 years ago? To the minute! To the minute. But I would sooner read that again than I would read Atlas Shrugged. It might be worse. Oh god. That's... How does that stuff get published? 20 weeks on waiting list for intake and then another 20 weeks for you start therapy. Yeah, I mean, that's an endless for you. I am having a lot of echolalie today. I'm so sorry. I am repeating the same things a lot. I'm trying to stop it, but the more I try, the more I say the words. Oh, hi. Hello. Your nose is feeling better. It is a bit dirty. Where did you go? She wants cuddles. She's quite right. So this I would recommend, but not because you will learn a lot about Mormonism. This is basically, to me, a story about how religion is used to keep people, women in particular, small and quiet. With a heavy dose of physical and mental abuse, both from her father and her brother. And it keeps escalating because she is very bright, and because she is the only, I think she's the, I think she's the only girl. She only has brothers. No, she does have a sister, but the sister is already gone by the time this book starts, I think. Or the rest was just so intense that I just don't. She does have a sister, but it doesn't play a big role in here. But at the end, the violence has escalated to the point where she has already moved away. She's in college, so I'm really talking almost the ending. Uh, and her brother has been physically attacking her. And what was very confronting but interesting for me was that her response, she would laugh every time he heard her, and I do that too. When I'm very upset and in pain, I laugh. And broke my elbow right before I went into that part of the story, and a lot of memories of being in pain and not being allowed to be in pain and being punished if I was in pain have come back. So going into that part of her memory and reading how someone else has that, it was just so interesting to see that as a stranger into a life of someone I don't know and realize, wait, that is what I did. That's what I do too. And what I still do if I'm in pain, I will laugh. Like he almost breaks her freaking arm at some point, and she just laughs because that's the only way she can deal. And she will rewrite her memories physically in her diary to make herself believe that he didn't mean it like that. He was just fooling around, and it's not that bad, you know. And the saddest part to me, because not to that extreme, but the saddest part to me was that at some point she hasn't been talking to Sean, her brother, and not entirely sure. I didn't write that with a note. That was stupid. But she goes back home, and her parents are there. Her brother is there, and I think she intended to make it up or try to give them a go again. You know, try to be a family again, because that's the stupid thing. You want family. You don't want to go no contact as a kid. As a child, even if when you're an adult and you start to see the abusiveness, you still want to give it a go. You still want to, you still hope that maybe it was all a misunderstanding, right? So she sits in that living room, and her parents are there, and her brother Sean puts a knife in her hand and says, "If you don't kill yourself, I will do it for you." And within a very short time, that story gets changed into it didn't happen. And if it did, it was a joke by her family, right? Who witnessed this. And then the rest of the family that wasn't there gets told by her mother, primarily, and the brother, I think, because the father is wildly violent. So even the rest of the family just doesn't want to really inform him of anything. Yeah, they believe the story that they start telling. And it's surprisingly the violent parts are written so vividly that you can I could still feel the detachment from it. It's written so matter of factly, but so violent. It's brutal. It's so brutal out of nowhere. I'm not even gonna repeat some of the things that happened because I wrote the trigger warnings for the book club purposes in the Discord, but I still was very surprised at some points. So if I were to recommend this to anyone, I would give them a heavy disclaimer of the abuse part. And animals are not safe either. So honestly, I really don't know how to talk about this book. And I mean, the title is educated, and that's a huge, huge part of why, in the first place, the father especially is able to do what he does to the family as a whole and to Tara. Um, but to me, this book feels not just about her learning to read and going to school, despite being home taught. She wasn't homeschooled. She just had to work in the scrapyard. But eventually, she goes to university and everything. But to me, this is more about abuse and surviving abuse, and having a very brave goal, really, because she had such a disadvantage. And she made it. She made it. She went to school and she survived that horrible childhood. Stephen Fry called it marvelous. I just noticed that. But this is not. This is a lot heavier than you might. A lot heavier than Angela's Ashes. This was really graphic, I feel. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me open that thing. Thank you for the hydrate, Jake. Welcome back. I'm so sorry, Chungus. I'm trying to keep it as non-descriptive as possible, because it was really heavy. Yeah. Which is why I had trouble getting through it as well. But yeah, then I broke my elbow and I had my own memories, and so for me it was a comfort is a weird word to use, but it kind of was a comfort to walk along her while I was reliving things that I had forgotten happened myself. No, my childhood wasn't nearly as bad as that. Don't get me wrong. Not that it was bad, but it wasn't that. It wasn't this. There was no religion used, and all that implicates the mental abuse that goes around in families that use religion to keep the children down. Oh man. The Mormon part didn't really play a big role in the book. I listened to a story about a Mormon girl last year, I think. I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with Mormonism, because every religion, when used, when in the wrong hands, can be used like this. So I'm glad. I guess I'm glad that it didn't play a too big a role. Don't read it, Chungus. If it's too much to hear me say these things, there are a few parts in there that I had to put it down and, breathe. Her brother used to hit her, and the cops that she used to laugh. That's intense. Yeah. Well, hit her is a understatement. You read this? Did you read this, Jake? I did read it before bed a few times, I did. When will you publish it? And if published, where do I buy it? My book? Or that book? This is written by Tara Westover. This was our book club read for this month. Why was I confused? It's not mirrored. Why am I confused? I think it's still up. The info about this book is in this prompt. Next month, in a few days. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can prep them. I'm gonna try to prep these books tonight, maybe. Next month in July, we are reading "I Will Always Write Back" by several authors. This is a book about a girl in America? Yeah. Who gets a pen pal in Zimbabwe. And they end up writing letters to each other for 6 years. And this particular edition has an updated epilogue. Oh, those are the people. Oh. I need to prep it. Oh, there's pictures. Oh, I like that actually. Is that still a thing? Is that still a thing? Do people still have pen pals in other countries? I don't think I ever did. And Last of the Breed by Louis L'Amour. Let me see if I can really quickly pull up. Did I already? Oh yeah, here. So I think yes, Aaron recommended or submitted. I will always write back, and it says blue. Last of the Breed. It says maybe I made a mistake. You're welcome. Add an LDR for less pen pal, more video chat. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, because usually these kinds of programs intend to put you into contact with kids that, when you're a kid, with kids that are of backgrounds that are probably lesser well off than you are. Not saying that you are doing awesome, but you know, so I wondered if pen pals were still a thing, because what if the kids are not writing letters at all anymore, and it's all internet, and I don't know. Technically, people have more pen pals today than ever before. Yes, this is true, Budani. But rather than writing with a pen, it's all. But would that still work for, like in this case? It's a kid in Zimbabwe. Now I'm sure that there's still internet and stuff, but I'm also pretty sure that it's a lot more difficult for them, especially if they're poor, to do that. Do you know what I mean? Wasn't the program just met around a forum and it wasn't a match? Oh, I love that, Hank. I feel like if it's online, I feel like we should do it. We should bring it back to paper, pen and paper. Not only would that be great for your, what's the word in English? The motoriek. What is that in English? No, not penmanship. I mean your finer dexterity. Is that it? I don't know. But also, yes, pen and paper, in my opinion, is too slow to form a connection like that. No, no, Hank, no. It gives you time to anticipate a response. And writing by hand, to me, feels a lot more loving and a lot more thoughtful, because you can't just erase, right? You have to blot it out. And if you want to have a letter that is readable, you can't just ramble and then cross out everything, or you have to start over. So you have to really think about the way you build sentences and stuff. This is great for learning how to speak as well, because you learn to actually consider your words instead of just blah, 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 word barf, you know. But I'm also just speaking of I think like your dexterity. I think that's what I mean, and the small dexterity things would also probably be developed a little bit more. And it would teach you patience instead of the instant gratification that is going on and running rampant. Fine motor skills. Thank you, Hank. That is what I'm looking for, indeed. I did write a poem at the end, but for me, a lot of the things we did wouldn't be possible in written form. I will decline from asking questions. I had a pen pal as a kid. I loved getting a handwritten letter that had been personalized with stickers, yeah, and drawings, and sometimes included photographs. See, you can. I don't know. I think writing letters, actual physical letters, could be a very romantic addition to our very fast-paced life. Not I'm losing words. I'm so sorry. Not saying that you should get rid of email, of course not. But I think having like a written letter correspondence with someone could be quite special. But that's just me. That's just me. Now, this book, this is an oldie from our foremost storyteller of the American West. Lamour has thrilled a nation by chronicling the adventures of the brave men and women who settled the frontier. I'm gonna have some problems with this one. I'm afraid. What are you saying? Oh, not like that. Wait, it's Rule 34, right? We enjoy philosophy, and a lot of that was exploring the same concept with quick insights in the moment. Like our conversation, it can also be done if the other can be interrupted. You spend 3 days thinking. I mean, no, I would not, because honestly, I don't even remember what I had this morning for breakfast, but I did assume it's better to be safe than sorry, especially when you're alive. But thank you for explaining. Uh, I think it's in the trigger warnings as well on Discord. The trigger warnings were very sad. I will probably read this first, so I can just warn other people in case you do want to try to read this one with me. I think if you want to join us for July, pick this one up. I think there will be something to learn for everyone. This one might be a little bit challenging if you're up to date on some current affairs that are not always spoken about in the news. Um, so this is one of those books that you'll have to remember the time it was written, who wrote it, and how that person grew up. Um, and not get too angry, because things did change. Maybe not as much as I would like to, but you know, this is coming from 1987, I think it was. Um, oh, it does have a map. I haven't prepped it yet, so I'm afraid to crack the spine. I'm so sorry. Oh no, where's the information? Is there information? I don't want to crack it. Here it is. 86. One of the reasons I am a little bit worried about this book is because apparently her brother loved him. You know, the brother who consistently beat up his sister and said he would kill her if she didn't do it herself, you know? Now, it doesn't have to say something about this, but it did, because we pulled this last month, right? I already knew we were going to read this when I was reading this. That was just a very interesting coincidence, I felt. Do you think you can, for example, heal someone's past and help them grow towards your through only letters? Why not? I think we lived with letters a lot longer than we have been living with internet, don't you think? We used to write letters all the time. And I'm pretty sure that if those letters weren't worth anything, they also wouldn't have been published. And this is something I think about a lot. I'm afraid that without heavy editing, email correspondence is not going to be publishing worthy. Letters of the past, though, beautiful. Because people had to think and consider how they were going to compose a story that of something that happened. The word choice, you couldn't just type it and then delete it infinitely. Food for thought, you know? Okay, so I will be trying to prep these books. I am almost done with the books that I set out to read for this month, which I'm not amusing myself with the muse of nightmares. I did not intend to say it like that. I am almost at the ending, so it's really stupid that it's taking me forever to finish this book. I loved Iron Widow, loved Iron Widow. A bit worried about the where it's going, but I might be able to deal with it because the rest is so cool. 85%, so that's really stupid. I think it's possible, but the why not would be the exact opposite of why you'd like it in letter form. Letters are intentional and composed. You like the in the moment salty that you can bring out on polished edges. Someone wouldn't write. Um, well, personally, I hate having to respond in real time. It's probably a personal preference as well. Well, probably, I'm pretty sure, but I hate having to respond in real time. I have a very bad image of having to respond immediately. I can't. I physically can't. But I'm also autistic, so real time interaction and being social is just generally very hard for me and not enjoyable. Just got an idea you might like. Do you know mailing lists? I have a love letter, Hank, on Patreon. Of which I will tell more tomorrow. I gotta go. I'm losing words and losing the thread, and I've gone on for a lot longer than I intended to today. I have 40 minutes until I can take another dose of medication, and I kind of want to, lie down for a second. But we'll talk about it a little bit more tomorrow or next week. I'll be back tomorrow. We are going to do focus. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do because I can't think past tonight and what I have to eat. I'm not sure yet, so I'm going to think about that. I'm going to finish my books. I'm going to finish the Baldwin tonight, I think. I go tell it to the mountain. It's really heavy. So it's not easy. And that one is just boring. And then I'm done for June. I haven't decided what I'm going to read next month yet, aside from the book club books, but I'll let you know as soon as I do. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And thank you for the interesting information, Hank. I really appreciate it. Oh, no, smile! I'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to drink water. Let's take a sip before we go. My elbow is starting to bother me. I don't like that. Thank you for being here, Budani. Yes, I'm going to turn off the lights, lie down for a little bit, wait until I can take another dose of painkillers and get some more work done. Look at the schedule to see what it means for you when I say I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for the follow, Mossy Boy. Welcome. I love you. Take care of yourself. Be kind. And let's forgive each other for being stupid sometimes, because we all are. All right. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.